What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. We have two things on the agenda today. Number one being front brakes and rotors on the truck here. And the truck has like 68,000 miles on it. About a third of its life it's had a trailer behind it, and it is time for front brakes. The inner front pads are pretty much worn all the way down to the bare metal. The outer front pads for some reason do have some tread left, if you will. However, it's time to replace those. So I want to show you guys what we bought for them, because where I bought mine, I saved over $100 from where most people buy theirs. And then number two, we're actually going to be taking the wheel spacers, the 2-inch wheel spacers off the truck. Let me explain. So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the stance that you get with 2-inch wheel spacers on stock wheels on these trucks. And if you follow along, you know I just bought these 20-inch limited stocks with 35-inch Falcons. Brand new, never even been mounted on a truck before. Just bought these, just put these on not too long ago, maybe 400 or 500 miles ago. And the issue is I have a shimmy going down the highway, and I think it's rear more than it is front. However, I got about a 1,000-mile road trip coming up with family in the truck, and I don't want to have to deal with a shimmy on such a nice setup. So we're going to be taking the spacers off just to get the, hopefully alleviate the shimmy problem. And then yeah, we're just going to throw the brakes on. So let me show you what we bought. All right, guys, this is the Z36 Extreme Severe Duty Truck and Tow Brake Pad Kit from PowerStop, which of course comes with the Z36 carbon fiber ceramic brake pads with low dust and the drilled and slotted rotors. And I've run PowerStops on many of my wife's vehicles before, and they've been great, so figured we'd try them out for the truck. And the big thing is where I actually bought these from. So the big thing with PowerStop is you can't buy them from PowerStop directly. They basically use retailers like Jegs and Summit Racing and Amazon and everything like that. And if you go on PowerStop's website, you type in your vehicle, and this isn't paid sponsor by any means, I paid for these. Basically, they'll tell you the kit to buy, right? And then they'll say, hey, where to buy this. I would say probably 95% of the people buy these right off of Amazon because it's easy and everybody has an Amazon account. But the problem is, like Amazon and all the other big retailers like Jegs and like Summit and all the fun places that they have on here, they're selling them for like $475 for the set, which is kind of steep. The fun thing and the most overlooked place to buy, I guess, is actually from Rock Auto. So if you click on Rock Auto's link, these things are like $355 compared to everybody else. It's like $475. And when I bought these, I clicked on every single one of the links, and every single person was almost $500 for this set, except for Rock Auto. They were $350. Same exact part number, same everything. So I will link where I bought these in the description below and everything like that in case you're looking to buy these. And honestly, that's kind of like it. So we're going to get one of these on the truck real quick. I'll show you the difference between the stock ones that are coming off the truck and these. We're going to put them on, and then it's kind of hard to do a review video when I'm just putting them on today, but maybe we will get like 20-30,000 miles on these and kind of do like a review video at that point. So either way, I got to get the truck in the spot where I could actually do this, and we'll get to putting these things on. All right, passenger side off. You can see all the rust on the ground from each having to beat this rotor off.
What?
The front brake pads and stuff weren't quite as bad as I thought they were, right? When I looked through kind of the sight glass, I feel like the front pads were about gone. But honestly, there's a lot of pad left here. I mean, if you compare them to the brand new pads, I mean, these are way thicker, right? Yeah, these weren't gone by any means. I thought they were way worse than they are. But, I mean, we're going to upgrade these regardless. Here's the old rotor. You can see all the scores I left on it from having to beat this thing. I mean, the old rotor is pretty dang rusty. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. This thing is definitely, you can see how many times I had to smack that with a sledgehammer to get that off. But oh, don't want to drop that. That is Jesus juice right there. Here's going to be your new rotor, right? So we'll just pop this thing back on. Gorgeous new pads, and kind of go from there. We'll do the other side as well. But yeah, like I said, honestly, for 68,000 miles, I did think that was kind of wild that I needed brakes already, because I figured you could get more life out of these brakes. But the pedal is starting to feel squishy, and I thought these, like I said, I thought these were worse than they are. Guess they're not awful, but since they're off, I mean, I might as well just replace them anyways. So can never be too safe when it comes to stuff like that. All right, I will say one really nice thing about the PowerStop kit is that they do give you new rubber, because these these age, these get hard for the slider pins and stuff. So you do get brand new ones of those, which are nice. And you also do get brand new retainer clips, because these things, same thing, these are just junk. So you do get brand new retainer clips. All right, one side done. I actually forgot to show this before I put the wheel on, so I will on the other side. But it does look good sitting there behind the wheel. And then of course I did take my wheel spacers off. So to me, it looks weird. To most people, it probably looks like a normal truck, because how much the stock wheels poke out with the spacers. But like I said, I'm hoping I'm getting rid of the shimmy. So one side done, we'll do the next side. And like I said, I forgot to show that before putting the wheel back on, so I will. But dang, does look good with the wheel on. All right, driver's side off as well. And the driver's side pads are definitely worn down more than what the passenger side pads were. That was your inner, outer, versus the passenger side inner and outer. But versus the brand newies, the same thing. This rotor's just, I mean, this stuff's been on the truck for 5 years now, so it's definitely seen better days. All right, since I forgot on the passenger side, here is the completed driver's side. So simple process, brake rotor on. Obviously you pop off the calipers and swap brake pads, and that's it. Super simple on these trucks. I mean, does not take long at all. So honestly, just gonna pop the wheel on real quick. I'm gonna do my break-in procedure. Oh, I gotta still pop the spacer off of that wheel. But you gotta do the break-in procedure. So they do have like a break-in procedure for these, and we'll wrap this video up. All right, good news, bad news. Good news is the brakes actually feel very good. Just went on like a 20-minute round trip, did the break-in procedure, and then just kind of ripped for a little bit, let them cool down. They look good and they feel good. The bad news is I still got a little shimmy, and I feel like it's somewhere in the rear, which means the spacers weren't the issue, which means I could have kept them on because I like the look of them. But that means like either one of these brand new wheels and tires are out of balance, or something else is bent, or some things of that nature. Or maybe the highway I just drove on is paved poorly and it's probably fine. So either way, wanted to put this out there. Nice, simple, short and sweet. Get yourself some PowerStops. I'm a big fan of them, and buy them at Rock Auto, because why wouldn't you save $100+ if you can? So I'll probably end up doing the rears at some point soon. Not that I need pads on the rear by any means, but I mean, they're 5 years old, almost 70,000 miles old. So it's probably not a bad idea to replace them, because you can never be too safe. So thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the family, join the old truck wheel behind me, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.